Okay, so before we start off Resident Evil month, I just want to add some context to my horror background real quick. You see, I was never a big fan of horror for a few reasons. I always felt like horror movies were nothing but jump scares and dumb people making bad decisions. And also, I am known as what you call a scaredy cat. So when it came to horror movies, I was always like, nope, thank you, I'm out. And that was the case for a long time, until I got into horror video games, and there were two video games specifically that changed my perspective of horror forever. The first video game was Resident Evil 2 on the PS1, and the second video game, I'll save for a future video down the line. You see, Resident Evil was the series that made me face my fears when it came to horror, but it wasn't until I already played two games from the series that I finally backtracked and played the game that started it all, Resident Evil. Specifically the remake, because I don't know if I could go back and play the original.
Joseph! No! Don't go!
So the Resident Evil remake came out in 2002, and this game was praised heavily. And for the longest time, people considered it to be the greatest remake of all time. I think this line says it best. Enter survival horror, because that is what Resident Evil was known for. If anything, Resident Evil was the one that created the survival horror genre, and the way they were able to do that was by giving us a chilling atmosphere and by being unpredictable with their scares. See, I came into this game expecting zombies. No one told me there was going to be dogs, a giant snake, a giant shark, and But that's what made Resident Evil so unique, because it was more than just a couple of ghouls walking around in a mansion. You were always scared to open each door because you didn't know what new monster would appear. And I love how well designed the mansion is. I never felt lost because every room would eventually connect to each other. I don't need the map. This is my 5th time I've been in this hallway. I know where I'm going. And that zombie's been there for a while, but I think it's fine. Wait, what? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh man! The first time I saw a Crimson Head, I was terrified! I didn't know they'd come back to life! I got so paranoid after that, I started burning everything I killed thus far before progressing further. And I didn't know where the story was gonna go because they did such a good job keeping everything a mystery. Throughout my first playthrough, I didn't know when this game was gonna end until I made it to the lab, because every Resident Evil game ends in a lab. The only negative I give this game personally is that I've never really been a fan of tank controls. It didn't completely bother me, but by the time I played this game, I just preferred the more over-the-shoulder type of gameplay like in Resident Evil 4. But besides that, Resident Evil was able to give me some great scares, great story, and a fun-ass mansion to explore. So with all that said, my final verdict for the Resident Evil remake is the golden seal of approval.